Good morning, guys. Another early morning in Mammoth, and we're gonna get the ball rolling here shortly. We just stopped in down here at the office, do a couple things on the computer, and then we're gonna get out there and check on how the boys are doing with the fencing and our beam set and a few other miscellaneous things that we have going on today. So should be a fun day out there. Looking for a little snow possibly tomorrow night, so that could be exciting. It's not much, but calling for cooler temperatures and a little rain this afternoon and some snow, so we'll see how that goes. And we're gonna get our day started here, so stick around. Bud's having a little morning nap. Sadie's under the desk as usual over there. Okay, first up today is gonna be the beam job that we were working on yesterday. We stabbed that beam up through that upper window. That was pretty cool. If you guys saw that video, that was kind of the first time I've ever had to do something quite like that, and it actually worked out. So that was cool. So we got the beam in, we got it up in position, and this morning we're putting all the bracketing on and the hardware and whatnot so that we can have inspection. So let's go check that job out. That's the old one that came out. We cut it up and took it out. We're gonna get that trash picked up today, and we should be structurally done with this today. And then all we have left is drywall and trim work, which will be tomorrow. We'll get that all done, and then probably have a couple days with like texture and paint and stuff, just light, and we should be wrapped up with this thing. Okay, so we got hangers on. We've got our A35s up on top, both sides. Beam running all the way through. We got one more post left to put in right here, and then we'll be able to take all our tent bracing down. And got it all nice and tight to the rafters. The other hanger is on over here, so it's all looking pretty good. Okay, now we're gonna go look at a beam issue on another unit. We had our lunch and we're back at it. Looks like we got the first 2 panels set. 5 more. There's the rest of them. Tight fit. It's looking pretty good. I think it came out nice. Got him a little tight. Got the suitcase out. See how the well, oh, he's just got them packed.
This one right here, I didn't build with a step down. So we're gonna have to cut it right here and do something. I said it, that's about 7.5 inches right there.
Yeah. It's gonna work. All right, we passed our structural inspection on our beam install, so that was good news. Went fairly smooth over there. It's nice when a couple of these jobs go smooth and you get through them. So we'll be buttoning everything up, getting ready for paint, and do some drywall repair and get ready for some paint, and we'll be on to our next project. Let's go down to the shop right now and see what Dan and Chad have cooking down at the shop. $58 degrees, not too bad. Definitely not they called earlier in the week, I think it was like a high of 49, so it's definitely warmer. Looks like Brent's out in the crane. Bud, relax. Okay. Got more meter protectors. And a whole bunch of those. Chad's learning how to weld. Those are good things to train on. They're like not necessarily somewhat structural, but not like it's holding anything up. It's just a protector that goes on the side of the building that protects the gas meter. And I got a bunch of those going, like 6. We'll get them all installed next week. Getting them all cleaned up. Looking good. Did you weld those too?
Yeah.
Mm.
Yes, sir.
Learning how to weld, huh?
Yeah.
Dan's got a bunch of jobs.
More meter protectors.
More?
Yeah, I came in earlier.
More.
So I'm trying to figure out what we need.
Okay, well, they're fairly busy over there just knocking out meter protectors. It sounds like we got about 10 of them to do, so that's good little busy work. Just keeps them going here at the shop, and then plus Chad's getting to learn how to actually weld and fab stuff, put it together. You gotta start small with this stuff to get good at it. But it's coming out okay, so let's go see how the boys are doing up on the pool fencing. They should be getting close. This is day 2 up there, so I'm hoping to see that thing close to completion. I think we're trying to get out of there by the end of the day today, so we'll see if that looks like it's still on the table. If it is, we're going to be in real good shape over there, and I'll be happy with that. Can't ask for much more. Looks like they got everything off the trailer here. I see some welding and things of that nature going on. Let's see what it looks like. We got one more section to get in there, but all those are up. Oh, he's got that built too. That looks good. I like it. I think that looks just fine. So we had to add that little piece on the bottom to keep the 4-inch reveal. You can't have anything more than a 4-inch sphere like work its way out the bottom. But yeah, that didn't turn out bad at all. I'm very happy with that. Fencing looks great. Now we just got to cut the tops all to that elevation there, and we have the caps already too, so we'll be putting those caps on. But yeah, that turned out nice. I like the way that looks. Almost looks like we meant to do that.
Just says galvanized.
Yeah, I think all the Titans are galvanized.
Or Hilti HUS screw galvanized.
The Simpson Titan is a galvanized.
Yeah.
They're all. We're on a home stretch with this deal. I think we got about 3 weeks, start to finish, doing the footings. Then we did the rebar for the columns. Then we set the columns, and then we did the piers. And then while we were doing all that, they did the panels in the shop. So we made decent time on it, and came out pretty nice.
It says 3x3x3, so.
But 3x3 won't work for that, so you're gonna have to do. So cut them 6 inches. Cut you a piece at 6 inches. Cut it in half. 3 inches tall with the 2 inches width. Yeah.
I could even do. I mean, just so.
So we're trying to figure out this connection to here, which is there's a detail for it, but he's kind of a little bit off with his detail because he's calling for a 4-inch or a 3-inch, and the posts are only 4 inches wide, so we got to shrink that up to 2. But we'll go with the 3 inches tall, so we'll have the same height. We'll just be a little bit narrower.
The same 3x3 angle, and then just.
All right. Let's get on to the next destination. They definitely got that under control. I think they'll have a real good shot at finishing it today. They only got 1 panel left to mount, or 2, I'm sorry. And then just some little trim work, fab work, whatever, to tidy up the corners. and it'll be a done deal. One other job, the Valentine Reserve project, that we did that deck. They wanted to keep the existing railing, and I knew it was going to be a problem in the beginning because I know how stringent they are on these handrails. They've gone like next level on all the handrails from all the damage we had. So those handrails that had been intact for the last, I don't know, 30 years or whatever, they were all steel. They wanted to reuse them. So we didn't include that in our bid. And then when we went to go for our final inspection over there, or not our final, but it was like a framing inspection that we were doing, the handrails came up and we showed them what we had, and they said, yeah, that's not going to work. So we ended up pulling all the railing. It's removable railing anyways. So we ended up pulling all that, taking it to the shop, and we're having to add a 3x3 wire mesh insert into each panel so that we can basically we comply with that 4-inch sphere rule, which the rule is nothing, basically a ball the size of 4 inches cannot get through your railing. So that's the rule of thumb with that. So we got all those panels down at the shop, and we ordered all the wire mesh for that, and it's in progress. We're just waiting for the mesh to come in. Should get here tomorrow, actually, I think. And we're gonna modify all those panels and get those reinstalled so that that deck can be basically 100% signed off. We're going to get a final on that deck next week, I would imagine. We also had a ledger issue with that. It's a 100-year-old cabin. We've talked about that before, and we didn't get an engineer on that one for the deck. We thought we were going to be able to do the prescriptive plans that Mammoth has for all decks. It's if you don't want to get an engineer, you can just build your deck with the Mammoth prescriptive design, and it's just a real bulletproof type design that's not gonna fail under snow load. And so the whole deck was built to that, but that prescriptive did not account for this special connection that we had with the ledger, which we're gonna go over there right now because Chewy's over there finishing up that ledger that we put on. It's kind of a different way that we've ever done a ledger. We had to actually go to an engineer and get a detail just for that, and I'll show you why when we get over there. I think I've showed it on a video before, but I'll show it again, and we'll see how Chewy's doing drilling out all those holes for the Titans, because it took a lot of them. We still got 2 guys over here helping out George as much as we can. We're trying to help him get his place weathered in. It looks like they're getting that zip wall. Doing pretty good. I think they got this side done. Yep, they sure do. That's coming out okay. Let's see how Chewy's doing over here. That's a cool one. That rock, it's almost like maybe it's like a drift wall for snow. That's what they did that for. Not really sure. Look at the fall colors in here. This is beautiful. Maybe Chewy's not here. I don't know. Thought he was. Maybe he took lunch. No, he's there. I see him. He has no car here. So you can see those are the mounts for all the rail. So that's all on. I'll show you this ledger again. He's drilling it. How we doing? Getting it? He's having a drill. It's kind of a tight fit. But basically, that ledger, it mounts underneath here. So we had to attach with all these, because the concrete didn't go all the way up. And so you can see that we had to come down underneath the deck with the ledger. The actual original ledger should have been up there. And I really don't like the way that they designed this, but that's what the engineer called for. It's not going anywhere, we know that. It's really just not, wasn't the way I would have done it, but I'm not an engineer. So reason we couldn't use the upper ledger is because there's really nothing up here to bite into, and there was just a little bit down here to get, so it wasn't enough. Wasn't enough. Yeah. I'm really not too impressed with this ledger. Looks like I don't know who started over here with this, but they didn't get the holes deep enough. I think we're gonna, if it's up to me, we're gonna come back and pull those anchors out and re-drill those deeper, because it's not even touching the wall, so that's definitely not going to be good enough for me. Well, you still got a little bit to go to get it right. I just went over it with Chewy, and we're gonna make the necessary changes and get that thing fixed the way it should be. What a beautiful day. A little bit of a breeze coming in, but the fall colors in here are just amazing. That's the university cabin. So here's an example of what that railing was, and it doesn't pass. So this is, no work was done here, so they're not gonna require any changes on this. As you can see, that's definitely larger than a 4-inch sphere can get through that railing, but all those panels are removable, and we're just gonna weld that wire mesh all the way across each panel, and that way we can get the compliance that we need. That's a little weather station right there. Look at that. They're talking about a little bit of rain this afternoon, so we're getting moisture this afternoon and then snow tomorrow night. And some of these trees are just monstrous. That one right there is huge. These old cabins are just something else. What a place this is. I'd love to have a place like this for our whole team. We'll be back in here in the woods like this and have all these cabins, and be able to live like this every day and work in Mammoth. Now that's a pipe dream, is what they call it. But that would be the ultimate pipe dream. Very beautiful and quiet and peaceful back here, and it's literally like a half a mile off the road, so you could walk right into town from here. It wouldn't be that bad at all. Okay, on to our next destination, guys. Yeah, this place is just a little gem hidden away. You'd never know it was here. Most people don't know it's here. The gate's kind of back off the road a little ways, so you drive right by it, wouldn't even know it's here. So this is George's place here. The zip wall going up. So they got that whole side done, and they're onto the front. Haven't seen the back yet. I don't know how far they are with that. They're plugging right along. We got to take the dump truck and get it dumped. Still got a lot going on, and the weather's holding out, so we're full steam ahead. We're gonna go as hard as we can until we can't go anymore. That's all we can do.